Hello, brave citizen. I'm Kamo, and this is Dungeons of Dredmor. Now, Dungeons of Dredmor, I will warn you guys, is a little bit slower than a lot of roguelikes out there. It is more of a methodical RPG that kind of harkens back to the days of Dungeon Master and those kinds of games where you had to think a little bit more about what you're doing each move rather than just running around and shooting everything. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't get chaotic and that it's not a good game, it just means it's slower. So, to start things off, you obviously pick yourself a difficulty setting. Easy, medium, hard. I mean, it says it right there. Permadeath. Now, permadeath, if you take that off, obviously it takes away the roguelike element, which is what I'm trying to show you guys. So if you decide to uncheck that for a more enjoyable experience, you know, not dying and losing your guy, then definitely uncheck that. And the other one is that you can actually make it so that the floors are smaller, but you get the same amount of experience for those who don't want to sit around and grinding like in Korean RPGs. So, once you've done that, you will now see that there is a ton of skills that you can mix and match. You've got everything from swords, daggers, axes, and maces, up to Promethean magic, which is actually fire, astrology, Viking wizardry, alchemy, laywalker. You can tap into the lines of invisible force to quickly regain magic power, so like regeneration. You can math magic, psionics, all kinds of great stuff, even fungal arts. So there's all kinds of really cool skills that are very unique. I've never seen some of these in some games, but it's very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I usually pick. I typically pick maces. Where's my other stuff? I go into Berserker Rage, Shield Bearer, Dodger, Master of Arms, Vampirism, I think I take Vampirism. It's been a little while since I've played, so I'm not 100% sure on exactly what everything I picked. And I think I took Smithing. Oh no, Assassination, I had to get that in there somewhere. Ah, crap. Take that out and let's go with Assassination. There we go. So, basically the idea of this build is to go very defensive and be able to take hits, because Berserker Rage, when I get attacked, or when I attack, I do more damage. Vampirism is obviously to try and keep me alive. The Smithing is so that I can create armor and weapons. And Assassination is so that I can kritsu. So, let's go ahead and jump into this fantastic game. Choose your hero. Well, that's me. I will be Kamo. In ages long past, great heroes bound the Dark Lord Dredmor in the depths of the earth, that his evil would trouble the land no more. Alas, the foul-lit Dredmor proved most devious and patient, for he has been loosening his magic bonds, slowly freeing himself to again spread his evil in the world of light. He must be stopped. Again. Once more, it is a time of adventure and glory. It is a time for a hero. Unfortunately, this hero is you. You have been summoned by the king to prove yourself, to save the land and its people, to join the heroes of legend in victory over the Dungeons of Dredmor. Okay, so this is the interface for the game, and it is a turn-based game. Basically, you take a step, your enemy takes a step. Now the interface is actually pretty cool too. Hold on, let me turn the game down a little bit, I can barely hear myself. There's several interfaces and everything is movable. Now I've got my screen on a 720, so this is going to kind of kill me a little bit here. But I've got my character screen, and then there's also a crafting screen that you can pull up. Now, there's various, you know, like normally you would need an anvil and all that kind of stuff to craft things. You have those in this game as well. So like right here, because I do crafting, because I'm a smith, I start with a couple of those pieces. So I start with an ingot press, so that I can make the ingots as I find the materials throughout the game. And then I also have an anvil, so that I can craft the various weapons and armor and all that kind of stuff. Now there's also other ones. There's like the Tinkerer set. There's like the what are some of them? There's like one that can break down ingots and turn them into powder. Now there is, here, let me make this a little bit smaller. There we go. So throughout the game, there's not really any, there's a main quest, and then there's also these little side quests. Now they kind of make fun of themselves. This is called the Statue of Inconsequentia. So it's basically an inconsequential quest, basically saying that it's not required or terribly important. They kind of poke fun of what they do. The monstrous regiment, Lord Dredmor's 86th flank, the thoughtless lobster, and their commander, the vile Nogoropo. The thoughtless grimoires must be stopped at all costs. So, the names in this game are also very, very silly. Alright. So as you see, I'm quite fantastic, and I just kinda owned them. Now, the setup is very similar to most any game that we've really played. You've got yourself a hotbar, you've got yourself the commands over here that you can also set. This is where you put up your spells and whatnot. Now, I don't really have any, but as you level up, you'll get more, and you can set those in there. Now, you can also pass time by hitting space, so that's pretty cool too, so you don't have to just keep moving at all times. Now, you can also... oh, here. You can see your buffs over here as well, or debuffs. But you can also move through this game by being completely silent, completely quiet, because there is detection radiuses and whatnot. So if a creature doesn't see you or doesn't detect you, yes! This is the reason that I actually go mace. This thing, the Flail of Pallidus? I don't know. I don't speak Latin. I think that's Latin. Or maybe it's Greek. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, this is like one of the best maces in the game. And if you can dual wield those, which I can't because I chose Shield Bearer, it's absolutely amazing. But getting that is really difficult. So that's why I choose to go Shield Bearer, just to be on the safe side of things. Just to be on the safe side of things. Now, there was a day, oh, back in the day, long, long ago, there was a time when Promethean magic was the greatest in the land. No, but seriously, the Promethean magic, the fire magic, was horribly overpowered. It's not as bad. It's still pretty bad, but it's not... ugh. Oh, crap. So, there we go. God, thing's not opening. Well, that wasn't my most glorious moment. But yes, this is basically how the game goes. You run around, you explore, and you basically just try and go down, I believe, 10 floors down to Mr. Dredmor himself. Now, there's all kinds of things that you're going to encounter. Obviously, as you can see, I'm looting the most random of crap. I just found a recipe for rubber pants, for God's sake. Lockpicks. Now, here is the thing with lockpicks. With lockpicks, if you put them down, you can choose to kick a door down, which does damage to you, but you save the lockpicks. Now, the reason you might want to do that is because there are chests that you cannot kick down, and you'll want to unlock them with a key rather than go trying to destroy the chest and destroy what's inside. At least I think that's what happens. I know you can't kick them open. I've tried, but if you hold on to your lockpicks, that is one thing you can do. Now, not all chests obviously require a key, but a lot of them do. Alright. Aha! How about you? So there's so many different ways to play this game, seriously. Like, I've played as an archer, I've played as a mage, I've played as a dual wielder, I've played as a shield bearer, I've played blood magic, you can also summon golems. There is so many different ways to play this game, and that's half of what makes this game so fun. And I've talked before about the fact that I enjoy games that give you basically like a reason to replay them. Like, if you do something in your previous Let's Play, you unlock something in the next Let's Play. That doesn't happen in this game, but there are so many ways to play this game that in itself makes me want to play the game more. So if you are looking for a game that has a lot of replay value, is a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical, thought out, you know, you think about your strategy, or you can come up with the stupidest builds ever and hope to God they work. That's what's great about this game. You can play however you want. Alright. Come on, vampirism. Now, basically the way that my current build works is I build off the fact that I'm going to get hit a lot, and I'm going to hit a lot with high armor, which is the shield, and also the man-at-arms improves my block and improves my natural armor, so I can take more hits, which in turn makes my berserker rage even stronger, which is fantastic. And I'm not going to worry about constantly trying to save these things. Now, you have the ability to equip anything. You can equip anything. Oh, there's this guy. I forgot what his name is. Brax. I was going to say Gax, but that's that. Anyone remember that game? Oh, Gax. Or no, that was Gex. Gex the Gecko. Anyone remember that? The Super Agent Gex? I'm totally not even moving at the game because I'm looking at the Looking at the camera talking. But anyways, this is where you sell your stuff. Now let me look at my character. Oh, actually, I'm not really wearing anything. There are so many items in this game. It actually is kind of stupid because there's so many. So what you end up doing is you'll walk around, you'll look at your inventory 2 seconds later, and you have so many items. Now what I tend to do is I do tend to save up some of these bolts and whatnot, because later on, when I go up against Dredmor himself, he decimates melee characters. So I'm bringing all this stuff, I'm bringing like good arrows and whatnot just in case, so that I can deal with him. Now this actually is a roguelike that I've beaten. You guys will be proud of that fact. Are you guys amazed? No? You're proud I finally stopped sucking? Okay. But yes, this game, I really do love this game. I know I say that for about pretty much every roguelike I play, but that's because I really do enjoy roguelike games. If you're looking for, like I said, a slower, more methodical RPG roguelike, then I highly recommend this game. A few folks actually asked me to play this because they wanted to see some gameplay, and they also had seen it and they weren't 100% sure because all the roguelikes I've been playing got them kind of thinking about playing some. So that's one reason I'm very excited to show this to you guys. Now, you guys have probably noticed that I'm not really, picking up everything or buying everything. Part of the reason is because I don't have that much money, but the other reason is, even though you can equip anything, you're not good with everything. You'll miss a lot. You'll flub your attacks. You won't get criticals. There's all, oh crap. Yeah, there's portals all over the place. Now, oh, what was it I wanted to say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. It wasn't anything important. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh, here's what I wanted to show you. When you level up, you can see there's the various skills. If you guys remember, obviously, in the very beginning, I picked a set of 7 skills. Here, those same 7 skills, as you level up, you get a point that you can spend to level up those skills. Now, each of them has their own various little things going on. They'll obviously tell you what's going on. Killing blow. Your next attack is going to make a real splash. So it basically would make it an AoE attack. You guys will learn the icons if you guys decide to play the game. Each of these over here on crap, I gotta choose something so I can show this to you guys. Kritsu Tetsu. Actually, I like leveling up rage first. But anyways, over here, each of these is a statistic. Now, I know it might look kind of overwhelming, but if you give it some time, you'll definitely figure out what each of them is. They don't go by like strength, agility, and all that. They've got like burliness and sagacity, nimbleness, cattishness, savvy, stubbornness, all those kinds of things are the stats that they go by rather than your stereotypical stats. Well, not really stereotypical, but commonly used statistics. So that was one thing that I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you guys the skill leveling up system. Oh, what else did I want to show you guys? As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different slots. You've got 2 ring slots, you've got gloves, you've got your ranged weapon, you've got 2 melee slots or 2 hand slots. Obviously, if you're going to be a mage, you're going to use a staff. If you're going to be, like me, you're going to use a mace and a shield. That's what I've chosen. You got your amulet, you've got belts, armor, all that. None of that's really that crazy. That's all kind of the usual expected items. Now, there's all kinds of surprises in this game, like non-stop surprises. A lot of them will kind of throw you off. Oh, there's these fish called lutefisk, and there's a god that requires those as sacrifices. Well, after you give him a random number of lutefisk, which there is a lutefisk converter, or you can find them. You can actually convert normal items that you find into lutefisk if you find this one particular item. It's a play on the Herodric cube. I think it actually is called a Herodric cube, but when you place items in it, it turns them into lutefisk for you. And then what you can do is you can take those lutefisk to that shrine as offerings. And after a random number of lutefisk given, it will reward you. Sometimes you'll get a phenomenal item, sometimes you will get absolute crapitolo. Seriously, it'll give you like an item that you wish you never even gave up as many items for, but it's a gamble. As you get deeper, obviously the enemies get harder, but the loot doesn't necessarily get all that much better. A lot of it is based on chests. Now, it does get better from, you know, enemies that you kill, but not like, oh my god, I found a level 50 item, now I'm god mode. I don't even know what the max level is. But anyways, what you'll usually end up finding yourself doing is clearing an entire floor first. As you can see, I'm on the second floor and it's taking me a hell of a lot longer to kill that creature. That's not necessarily supposed to happen. You should actually clear a large portion of the previous floor so that you not only have the items but the experience. Now if you don't want to do that, that's why there was that option for less grinding. Basically, smaller floors, same experience. There's a reason they give that, is because the experience and whatnot actually is very important. But yeah, this is pretty much how the game goes. It's very cool. I love this game, I really do. When I'm not in the mood for a more fast-paced game like Risk of Rain or anything like that, like I'm going to be more methodical and have more of an RPG experience, this game is great. If that's the kind of game you think you would enjoy, especially as a roguelike, I would definitely do this game. So yeah, I think that's just about it that I really had for this game. I mean, I talked about the leveling system a little bit, talked about the inventory, I showed you guys the crafting system, hotbars, general interface, the questing. I mean, really that's about all there is to this game. The biggest thing is just understanding what you want in a playthrough, like what your goal is. See, here's the Tinkerer chest, or the Tinkerer crafting station. See, here's a whole bunch of Tinkerer stuff. Now, if you chose a Tinkerer from the beginning, you would get all that stuff. So see, you can make bows and arrows and all that kind of stuff, and some melee weapons. So if you became an archer, you'd probably want to become a Tinkerer as well. I highly recommend looking at the Wikipedia. The Wikipedia is phenomenal. It's got all kinds of info. It's almost kind of a requirement because the amount of information that's in the game is present, but not really enough to make a massively informed decision unless you just played the character to just play the character and just kind of learn based on that. So yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this game. I have a few roguelikes that I'm still going to be showing you, and those will be coming down the line, and then eventually I'm going to put up a vlog where you guys can tell me what roguelike you want me to play. Alright everyone, well hey, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I certainly did. I will definitely see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care of yourself. I'm not going to be able to kill them all. No. You have to kill all of them in order to get... Oh, what a shot.